welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do my second part to everything that I've coloured in 2019, but really it should be called everything that I've coloured ever because I only started last year. So we'll start off with a Hannah Lynn. I have tried to move the light so it's not as glowy because I didn't want to have to take them all individually out. And I will try and remember what mediums that I've used, but obviously some of these were quite a while ago. I have used glitter nail polish for the sky. I remember using Inktense on this, Prismacolor for the skin and the hair, and Neocolor 2 for the clouds. That was just a really easy, fun one to do, that one. This one, another Halloween one. I think I did this one as a colour along. I've used stickles. I think I used the Jade watercolour glitter. I know it's not going to pick up on camera. That video will, you know, you can see it better on that video. I'm zoomed in more. This next Hannah Lynn one, I think this was from the Mythical Maidens. I don't keep them in order now. If I finish them, I either pop them in my daughter's room and in frames, or I'll just keep them in probably this folder. So yeah, when I've gone through this folder, I will insert a clip of all the finished ones that are in Isabel's room on the wall. So this one I did cheat a little bit because of all the gold coins in the background. There was no way that I was individually colouring them and adding details because I'm lazy. So I added Winsor & Newton gold ink. It was gold ink, I'm pretty sure, for all of the gold and her crown. So yeah, it actually took me a while to finish that one. I kept having to come back to it. This is an image again from the Mythical Maidens that I've scanned in and put on a smaller size to put in a different size frame. I don't like how it's turned out whatsoever, so it's just stopping in here. This is the first one I believe that I finished of Mariola Budek's set of art. I really enjoyed doing this one. I think it was polychromos for most of the pencil work. I did go in and base the fox with alcohol markers, and you can slightly see some of the smudging. Apart from that little bit there, I'm really happy this page has turned out. I've used stickles as well for this little piece of jewellery, and again with the gold Winsor & Newton ink for the headpiece. But yeah, I really did enjoy doing that one. This is another Hannah Lynn. I can't remember what beat this one was. I think this is a PDF version because I printed this out on my own paper. I actually followed a tutorial. I had to check the name of the book. It was the Colorist Special Effects. I can't remember which one because there's 3 of them out. But yeah, I followed that tutorial for the Mermaid's Tale, and I don't know why I've not finished this one off. I've even gone in and put stickles in the hair, and I think, yeah, I've used the sparkle pens for the sky. For the life of me, I don't know why I've not gone in and finished that. So that is a get finished this month or next month sort of thing. This one was another of, it was like a cheap PDF set that I bought off Etsy, and I got 2 of these finished in one night. They were super fun. And if you've been watching my channel for a little while, you know I'm mad on dragons, dinosaurs, anything like that, mythical. I believe I've used glossy accents on the claws, I can feel, and a little bit on the flower. I think that's just the general watercolour background. It might be difficult for me to show you this. I'll have to lift it up this way. And that's another one from the same PDF. It's exactly the same mediums. Like I said, I finished that in one night. Another Mariola Budek, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. This was for the steampunk event that was going on. Is it October, November? And I think I did film some of this, I believe. I've used some of that GD colour for some of the eyeshadow. And yeah, again, glossy accents. I don't think I can go without glossy accents on most of my pages. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that one as well. I love the tone of her hair, how it turned out. Not complete, so I don't know why that's there. Again, that's from that cheapy PDF that I mentioned. If anybody wants to know what it is, comment down below and I will find the link on Etsy and link it. It was probably about £5 for 8 or 10 images. Obviously you print them off yourself. I think I used glitter gel pens for most of this one. Right, so this is the PDF I'm talking about, so we won't dilly-dally on this for much longer, but I just wanted to show you very, very quickly. They are super, super cute images. Now, I believe that is all I've done in this folder. The rest of this folder is full of the Hannah Lynn's brand new one, Working Girls or Women at Work or something like that. It was the newest one anyway. So I keep all my printed PDFs in there. So like I said, I will hopefully remember to add the clipping of all Isabel's finished pages. So this is all Isabel's pictures that I've done for her. I mean, I've gone over these a few times before. I think there's one or two that I've changed. I'm not going to go through every single one, honestly. I don't really remember. They're the ones that she's got up on a wall. That's the one that I've changed recently. That's from her newest book, the Working Mums, I think it is. And even more down here. So I'll just come back a little bit. So yeah, that one that's there, I originally wanted it here, but it's over her bed, so obviously that's dangerous. So you get the idea anyway. I've got the mini pocket size of, which one is it this? Sweet and Simple, Whimsy Girls, Mermaids and Watercolour, the pocket size version. So this is basically, if I don't know what to colour, I will use alcohol markers and go over with a tiny bit of colour pencil. See, I've not even gone over that with colour pencil, I just left it as it was. I'll quickly skip through this because I know I have done a few. This one was a really nice one actually, that I like. Another one, the shark. Not even gone in with pencil that. You know, this smaller book, I don't believe that you need to. And if you want to test out some alcohol markers that you've not used before, I can see here that I have gone in with a little bit more detail on this one. Is it alcohol marker base? Yes, it is. All of it. So I don't know why I've chose that one over all the other ones, just to do more detail. I'm not sure. There's another one, no pencil. I mean, it's good for testing out colour combinations in this one, I suppose. Right, so my next folder, well, the last folder I'm going to show you, I've got two folders behind me, but there is no point in showing them because there is no finished pages. There is one picture as well that I have finished in this set of art that I can't show because I give it away as a present. It was the eagle one or hawk. So most of this one was done with pan pastels. It was a super quick picture. I wouldn't have thought so. I think it's really, really nice, and considering how quick it was, I mean, I've been a bit messy here. I could have rubbed out little bits, but I've gone in and added some dark eyelashes. But yeah, I love how that one turned out. So I haven't tagged any of these pictures, so I will just have to quickly scan through. Right, so the furrer, I've used watercolour pencils, the Kawaii watercolour pencils for the majority of this, and then I've used Copic alcohol markers to base the skin with a teeny tiny bit of pencil over the top, and the Spectrum Noir sparkle pens for all the details on the wings. This one that I recently finished, what pencils were these? I think they were Prismacolor pencils. I'm pretty sure they were for this skin and for all of the hair. I mean, look at all that hair, it's a lot of hair. Let me just move it out of the light a little bit. Oh, I'm making it worse. And the actual background is the Jade Colours watercolour. I'm not seeing many people actually talk about that, but look how shiny it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful watercolour. I'm just trying to make it catch the light so you can see a little bit, but yeah, I really enjoyed doing that considering how much hair there is actually there. It took me a little while, but I'm proud that I got that finished. Sakum's colouring book, both the PDFs in here. I can't for the life of me remember which colour pencils this is. I have gone over, I have basted it with alcohol markers, which at the time it probably would have been the Ohuhu markers, but I cannot remember what colour pencils I've gone over the top with. I think there's one more that I've done out of this one. I do remember filming it. Yeah, this one, I did actually film it from start to finish, and for some reason my phone corrupted the file. So it was Neocolour 2 background, alcohol marker again for base in the picture, and at the time it was probably Black Widows, I want to say. Don't hold me to that though. Right, my Mystic Art Mirrors. I absolutely love these books. So I've got one actual physical copy now. I think I've got one PDF. So this one, again, I think it was Neocolour 2 background. Prismacolor pencils. I've used glossy accents, glitter gel pens, white gel pens. That looks like gel pen. The shiny bit at the bottom, it does look like gel pen. Right. This one that I definitely finished on stream. I thoroughly enjoyed doing this one. Pan pastel background. I think it was pan pastel for this skin as well, I believe. Paul Rubens for the crown. Glitter gel pen for all the added stars. We've got glossy accents again. Glitter gel pen, so it would be Pentel Hybrid Duo for the crown on that one. This one, we've got a plain black acrylic background, and the black acrylic that I've been loving at the minute is the Decor Art Americana acrylic paint. I watched one of Dee Dee's streams and she was using it, and it's brilliant. It's the most matte paint that you'll probably ever find. Paul Rubens again for the details here, 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 and I believe Prismacolor. And I love how both of them turned out. I've done quite a few in this one, actually. Another one that I'm pretty sure, did I video it? I can't quite remember, but this skin was watercolour paint. It was the first time that I'd attempted to do any sort of skin and add shading. I don't think it's too bad. I do need a little bit of practice. I think it's watercolour paint for the background, and again with the GD colour, watercolour glitter. I know the camera's not going to pick it up, but I promise you it's there. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one as well, the colour choice and everything that I picked. Right. So the next ones, I've got a Jade Summer one. So the Kawaii, is that how you pronounce it, the grayscale colouring book. This is a very, very early colouring book, so this isn't my best work. So I've just basically put alcohol marker on that one. Nothing else at all. I know there's definitely another one that I've finished in here. Somewhere, it's a mermaid, there it is. I did base this with alcohol marker, but I did actually go over with pencil. And for some silly reason, I decided to water down white acrylic paint and try and do a wash of colour to make it look like it was under the water. And I feel like I've completely spoiled it. It just looks like that it's blurred out. But yeah, oh, I've done that one as well. I've started basing that one with alcohol markers. I think that's everything, yeah. I've got another Jade Summer. These are the, I think I've got, yeah, there's 2 in 1 in this one. And then in the furry one that I'm not actually coloured in yet. I know there's one in here that I've started. Yep, the vampire lady. It's been very rude, he's got no clothes on. I think that might be it. Yep, I haven't done any more in that one. So we've got the Ink House. I don't think this is actually a colouring book. I think it's a child's storybook. But I bought it because I saw everybody else colouring in it. So I only use my Inktense in here because the way that the paper is, it's quite glossy. I haven't done a lot in here, so I started Louis, the little dachshund dog. That was with Inktense. Again, everything in this book is going to be Inktense because of the paper. I've tested out a little bit of Distress ink and some stamps. Distress ink and Inktense. I do quite like how that one's turned out. So this is one that I have actually finished the whole page, and that was all done with Inktense. I haven't done any more in that one yet. I do like that book, but the paper's not my favourite. Like I said, I do have to just use the Inktense. These are not usually my sort of colouring books, the Disney ones, but my son brought me this back from when he went to Disneyland Paris, so I will use it. I've started this one off with watercolour. I've not gone over with pencil, no nothing yet. And I think there's My Little Mermaid, yeah, that I went in and tested out some fine liners that I really didn't like. I don't really get on with fine liners. They give me a bit of a headache, like in really tiny areas. So they've been passed on now. Right, so we've got Hannah Calzon's portrait book. Now I really do like this one. If you're thinking about getting a Hannah Calzon one, I would recommend this if you like colouring faces in. The paper is fantastic in it. I think this was Pan Pastels. We've got a bit of stickles, we've got Pentel Hybrid gel pens. There's a bit of everything on that one. Let me just quickly scan through. This is one that I've done a little bit on my channel, but I believe, I can't quite remember. That weren't Pan Pastels because I didn't have them at the time. I think that was colour pencil, and then I've gone over with the Jane Davenport Silky Skin to try and add a little bit of contouring, see here and here. And a watercolour background, the Gansai Tambi. This was the Arteza acrylic paint, the metallic one. I've used sparkle pens again for the wings and Prismacolor for the skin and the hair. I do quite like that one. It was very, I'm pretty sure I did that at the end of October actually. Very autonomous, is that how you say it? Is that everything that I've done in this one? Well, I need to get back to this. Definitely one of my favourites of Hannah Calzon, purely because of the paper. Right, let's start on the Colouring Heaven magazines. I know some of these I've done quite a few and others I've not touched barely. So this is one that I definitely did do on my channel, Inktense, and a lot of acrylic paint to do some shading in the dress, and I was quite pleased with how that one turned out actually. This is another one that I definitely did on my channel. I hate it. Hate how it turned out. So I was skipping past that one. That's everything that I've done in that issue. We've got the Frightlins one. It's a cute issue this, but it's not my favourite. If I would have seen it in the store, I probably wouldn't have bought it. You had to order this one offline. And I believe this is the only one that I have finished in this one. Yeah, it is. It's the only one. So I do feel a bit terrible. I'll probably not colour in that, but we'll see. So this is one of the first Colouring Heavens that I got. I've even finished the front cover. Not done the back. I've even finished the front cover. So this would have been Black Widow pencils at the time. So we've got a base of alcohol markers on this one. Again, base of alcohol markers on that one. This one, I do remember finishing at the time and I was super proud of it. I'm touching, it's oil pastels in the background. And like I said, it would have been Black Widows, and you could tell that I had no idea what I was doing with the blending. You can still see the majority of the tooth of the paper. But I was pleased at the time how that turned out. So like I said, I love keeping some of my older stuff because you can see how much you've changed. Alcohol markers, nothing else on that one. Again with the Black Widows, I haven't even finished this one unfortunately. And this one, let me just check. Yep, alcohol markers. We've got stickles, and I believe there's not even any pencil work on that, but I have used oil pastels for all the background. I have started going over with a black pen, but I think I changed my mind. So So we've got a cat's one, all the boots are falling everywhere. This is the first one actually that I got. My husband picked this one up. I just said to him, pick me any colouring book up. And this is what he came back with. And there's definitely not any works of art in this one, let me tell you. I mean, it was just basic blocks of colour, nothing fancy. I've just messed around on a couple of the pages. Started, not finished. Started the front cover. My boots are falling everywhere. So we've got the Bohemian Beauty Special. I've done a few out of this one actually. This was definitely Black Widows. I remember doing this. I do remember doing this. And a black acrylic background. And some sort of gel pen. Let me see. There's definitely another one that I've done, so I do remember doing it. That's the one. So we've got oil pastel down here. So this is when I was definitely experimenting with all different mediums. Black Widow pencils and soft pastel. For all the rest of the background. I believe that is it. Bit of this one, yep. I don't think that one was very popular, that issue, because of the snakes and stuff. So this I had to order actually off the Anthem website, because this was not in the stores when I come to colouring. So we've finished this lovely lady. I've used, by the looks of it, watercolour pencils in the background. I love how her hair's turned out again. I think I've used the, oh gosh, what's it called? Designed by Karen, the watercolours on this one. I've definitely used some Inktense as well because I can hear it in the paper. Another one that I really enjoyed doing. Neocolour 2s for the smoke in the background in this one. And I think it was Prismacolor for the dress. You can see I've started to actually learn how to shade properly now. Oh, there's so many others. This one, I've not even finished the background. This one did take me a while to finish because I kept stopping and starting, not deciding what I wanted. And I think I just ended up sticking a lot of glitter over the moon and acrylic paint over the background by the looks of it and going over with a bit of gel pen. I don't think there's anything else in this one, is there? No, that's it. Like I said, the majority of my handling ones are actually upstairs in my daughter's room. So the annual 2019. Please tell me I've done one in this one, surely. I don't think I have. Oh, yes I have. Yes I have. I've done the first page. So again with the Jade colour, I can show you a little bit better now. You can see the sparkle. And the silver is Winsor & Newton ink. And the whole of her hair is the Pentel Hybrid gel pens. So we've got, is that the last one? Yeah, so we've got the latest edition of the Dark Fantasies. I've creased all mine. Oh, I must have put it back in the shelf, a bit funny. So there is a few in this one. I do really like this issue. So I've started this one with a pan pastel skin. I've got an idea what I'm going to do with the butterflies, just not started it yet. I have to do that unicorn one. That unicorn one is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, so this is the one that I finished, the dragon one. As you can tell, I got bored here and just went in with the sparkle pen. And I thought, sod it, I just want to get it done. I think I spent most of the time on the skin and on the dragon. I think that is everything. Yeah, that's a really cute one as well. Right, my Misfits boots, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 of them. I'm not promising that I've done something in every single one of them. I'm pretty sure I have, that's why I pulled them out. But we'll see, we'll have a look together. So this one here, gosh, this was a big failure. I tried to use gesso and then go over the top with alcohol markers to see if it would bleed through. And yep, it didn't bleed through, that's fine. But the ink from the alcohol markers just bled so bad, and it was just so streaky on the page. I don't know if it's because of this paper, I don't know. This one I do really like. I really enjoyed doing this one. It wasn't much work, to be honest. Gansai Tambi, I think, for the watercolour, and a lot of Inktense. The majority of that is Inktense, actually. Another one that I recently finished. A lot of stickles on this one. This one is super duper cute. I have to bring you closer in for that one. But you can see the bits of stickles here, here, down here. I think that's everything from that one. So we've got the, which one's this one? The nautical one. You're getting a sneak preview of what I've coloured already. Or did I already show this one? I can't remember whether I showed this one or not. I can't remember when I finished it, so I have to add it anyway. So it's watercolour pencils for the background and Inktense for everything else. And I believe that's Paul Rubens watercolour paint. As you can see, it's a little bit shiny. And that's everything in that one. We have got, it's not actually called anything other than number 3, this one, I'm colouring book number 3. The unicorn one, just pencil work, nothing else, nothing special. What else have we got? That's clear gesso. This is where we tested it out. And it's not bled through, but again with the alcohol markers. And it makes the paper feel really funny as well. It gives it a really weird texture. So by the looks of it, I've used this as a tester book. Gothic Fantasy Misfits. Have I done anything in this one? I don't believe. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. That was a Halloween one, so I did that around October. Mostly pencil work and a bit of glitter gel pens on the buckles of the boots. The last Misfits one is the zombie one. I think there may only be one in this one as well. I really have to be in the mood for the Misfits ones. I do really love the images, but I really do have to be in the mood because I can't really stand the paper, so I have to really want to do the picture. That's not my best work. Skip that one. We've got Astro Inklings. I've only done one out of this one, and you'll laugh when you see it because it turned out looking like Shrek. As much as I didn't go for that look, that's the way that it turned out. I wanted the skin the same colour as the lizard, and it turned out it's not Shrek, is it? It's Fiona. She looks like Fiona from Shrek. Cute little boot, that one though, but it's the same problem with the paper. We're on to the last two now. I struggled pronouncing this one last time. This is another page I don't think I showed last month, so we'll put it in this month's anyway. So I thoroughly enjoyed doing this one. I really did. There's all sorts on this. I think mostly the Neo pencils from the Prismacolor pencil set. That's what I've used on this. A lot of white gel pen. A lot of Spectrum Noir sparkle pen as well. One that I've started, obviously I wasn't happy because I've not finished it. This one I need to do, the little dinosaur, cute. Again with the thinner paper, but if you can deal with that, the lovely images. Right, so the last one that I've got is my one and only Joanna Basford's books. This is the only one that I like. Please don't hate me for saying that, but I give the rest of the ones that I had away. So these they're getting coloured, they're not just stuck on a shelf. This is one that I've finished. Oh, I say I finished, I'm not even coloured at all, but maybe I wanted it to be white at the time. I can see Neo colour too for some of the background, and a lot of Pentel gel pen. So let's skip through. I think that was Crayola Super Tips, I believe, nothing else. I do like the paper in this one. This one was a tester page. I used watercolour paint for the all over, and then before it started drying, if you sprinkle a little bit of salt on the paint, this is the effect that you get. It's super cool. It's literally just salt over the watercolour. So I do need to come back and finish that one. It's silly that I've not done, I've nearly done it. I believe that there's watercolour at this bit here, and all these circles that you can see are Inktense. See, so as you can see, I have done quite a bit in this book. I do like this one. Glitter gel pen, all of this, all of the moth. Got stickles around the outside. The Gansai Tambi watercolour paint, stunning, with the bee. Another tester page, again not my greatest work, but hey ho, there it is. And that is Crayola Super Tips and the glitter gel pens. There's a double pager coming up now. This one I do really like actually. This was all done with Prismacolor, and I used, I believe it was a really watered down watercolour to try and make the paper look a bit old. Yeah, I do really enjoy that one. And I think that might be it. Oh, I've done the name page. Very fancy. Oh, no, we're missing one. Is there any more? Oh, I'm at it. Watercolour background and glitter gel pens by the looks of it. So yeah, that is literally everything that I have coloured in 2019, and well, basically from starting colouring, I'm just looking around at all my boots and just double checking, making sure that I've got everything. You know, there's bound to be a couple that I've missed, but I will insert that clip either right at the start or right at the end. So I do hope you enjoyed watching. And if you haven't seen, I'm doing a giveaway. It's my last video. So yeah, if you're interested, just have a look at that video. So I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.